get to the right format. There we are. Hi, my name is Stacy Biddle. I'm the career consultant here at Goodwill Columbus in the Workforce Development Department. And welcome, happy, I think it's Tuesday, to our 10 a.m. session on how to design your resume to beat applicant tracking systems. So we will be presenting today in Zoom. So I'm going to be sharing my screen and walking you through the process. But if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to do that and place those in our chat box where we have Victor here to answer all of your questions or your comments that you have about our program, about what you see today, just what or different things that we offer in the Workforce Development Department. So feel free to reach out. Please share, follow, and like our page so you can get valuable resources and helpful tips and tools to help with your career planning and career search. So let's talk about designing your resume to beat applicant tracking systems, because you're probably like, I really have no idea what you're talking about, Stacey. What is an applicant tracking system? Well, let me give you an example. All right, so you see this great job description and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, I have the right experience. I have the right education. This is written for me. Like, this job is written for me. I am perfect for this job. I am going to apply. All right, so then here's what you do. You apply online, you send your resume, and then you'll wait and wait. And then you hear nothing at all. And you're like, I just don't understand what happened. Like, this is perfect for me. I don't get it. You know, I don't know if you've experienced that, but it happens. And then you get that email saying, thank you for applying. We went with someone else. You're like, wow, man, I didn't even get an interview. I don't understand. Well, here's what happened. You probably ran into an applicant tracking system. And what that is a software type of program that employers use. They write their job descriptions of, the ideal candidate, what the responsibilities are, what the experience is, what they're looking for to hire. And then they take keywords from that job description and place them into a system, a database. So like once you then submit your application, you submit your resume, if you don't have those keywords that are in that job description, then that resume is going to fly by and no human eye is ever going to see it. See, and that's how they kind of, because they have so many people apply. So how do they make it a little bit more efficient? They use these systems, these applicant tracking systems. So let's get you through those. All right, so here are some helpful hints and some tools to use so that you can design your resume and get through and get an interview and get that job. So I am going to share my screen. All right, hope everyone is out there being amazing and staying safe. Okay, so what we have here, here's where we'll begin today. Goodwill is in a partnership with Indeed. And what we're going to do, this is our landing page. So you would start here with the Goodwill landing page. It is partner.indeed.com/Goodwill. And this is where we will begin today. So you can do all kinds of things on here, you create a resume. We have all kinds of other workshops that you can look on our page and our YouTube channel that will help you get started and create a resume on Indeed and why it's so good to have it on Indeed. You can search for jobs via location. And then what you're going to do, what I did is I went ahead and we're just going to pick out an administrative assistant job. I'm obviously a little closer to Lancaster right now than Columbus. So we'll go Columbus, and then you just find, search jobs and you find them by just doing that. And then, so maybe I'm looking for an administrative assistant job and it's going to come up with all these different, things that are out there, really, really great jobs. And you just kind of look through and see what fits for you. When I went ahead and did those, I found one that I thought was kind of appealing. I like it. So we're going to look at this one. So what you need to do first is read this job description head to toe, all right, thoroughly. Make sure that it is something that you are qualified for, and then it's a company that you're interested in. Do a little research on the company, see what other people say about it. Look at their reviews, right? Especially if you're not familiar with it. Also, I would definitely recommend, if this is what you're going to apply to, print it out. And I'm going to tell you why here in a sec. All right, so what this is an administrative assistant for D.R. Horton Incorporated. They are the largest home builder in the United States. Didn't know that. Cool. So you're going to find a little bit about the company here. All right, sounds good. So what are you looking for, all D.R. Horton? We are looking for an administrative assistant for their main office department. The right candidate will provide general clerical assistance to the department head and other division managers. All right, sounds good. That's what I'm looking for. Here's where you get down to the meat of what they are looking for. Some have a lot of duties and responsibilities listed. Others have, 5 or 6. So this one has a little less than what I've seen in the past, but whatever. This is where you need to pay attention. So this is where you're going to find those key words to make sure that you have what they're looking for in your resume. So let's look through these. All right, so perform general clerical assistance, prepare presentations, special reports, memoranda, word processing, compose letters, routine correspondence, responsible for reception and telephone duties, including signing for packages, may be required to make meeting and travel arrangements, and responsible for sorting mail. As everyone knows, administrative assistant, they run the place, right? So that is what they're looking for, someone to run the place efficiently. All right, let's look at the qualifications. You're looking for an associate's degree or equivalent from a 2-year college or technical school, or 1 to 2 years related experience and or training. So, they're cool with an associate's degree, but if you also have experience and not an associate's degree, they're okay with that too. But it definitely looks like you have to have at least 1 to 2 years of experience. So if you're a newbie, you might not want to apply for this job. All right, so let's back up. Why should you print out this job description? Because now we've read through it, we're going to pick out those highlighted words. All right, so when you do this, I would circle it or highlight whatever words that look like what, the keywords that you need to put in your resume. So for example, what we would highlight is definitely, general clerical assistance. Anything like that is good. But check this out. All of this is what they want you to do. So these right here, that should be in your resume, okay? I can prepare presentations, special reports, all of those things. Good routine correspondence, things like that. So those are key words that need to be in your resume. They put them in the job description for a reason. All right, so therefore you need to put it in your resume, and that way you can bust through those applicant tracking systems. All right, yes, so telephone duties, your reception, you are basically probably the first face that they see, your customers see when you come in the building. Also making meetings, organizing meetings and travel arrangements, right? These are very important things for this employer. So let's move on to the resume. Now that we have an idea of what they're looking for and the key words that they are showing you, what do we do with them? Okay, so I want to show you another great feature from Indeed, and they have a resume sample page. So maybe, you're having trouble, or you maybe never wrote a resume before, or you're like, I don't know if this is the right stuff. Visit this page, www.indeed.com/career-advice/resume-samples. All right, so, and this is what you'll find, right? All kinds of good stuff. So browse resume samples. You can search by job title, or you can look at all of these different example resumes from different industries, all kinds of good stuff. And what is helpful here, well, why would I look at someone else's resume? Because this gives you the language you need. All right, so the language that an industry is looking for, it needs to be in your resume too. So what I did is I went up here and I just searched administrative assistant, boom. And then lo and behold, I have all kinds of them come up, but we're just going to go ahead and focus on this one and go over what's great about this resume and how you should incorporate these things into your own. All right, so obviously your name, your professional name needs to be up top. Nice, bold, big, eye-catching. Your address. All right, here's a little side note about your address. Just put your city and state. Don't put your full address on there. That is some sensitive information you do not want out there. You can provide that to them when you get your job, right? So just put city and state, definitely, because there's a lot of things that may also happen with your address. Your employers may have a little bit of unconscious bias when they look at your address, neighborhood bias, or maybe even if you live far from the city that you want to work in, you don't mind the commute. Well, maybe they'll look at it and say, wow, she lives about 45 minutes out. She's probably just applying to whatever she can get. She's not really serious. All right, so it's okay to even put, say you live in Newark, Ohio, but you're okay with driving to downtown Columbus. It's okay to put Columbus, Ohio, no problem. Make sure your contact information is there. The phone number with a professional professional voicemail, thanking them for their call, and please leave a message with the contact information. No like kids screaming in the background or music playing in the background, just nice and clean. And also your professional email, just nice and simple like this one here, well, that's a fake email, but Gmail would be just fine. Okay, so now let's remember what it said in the job description. We're going to put our years of experience up here and some other things that will add to your awesomeness on your professional summary. So this one says dedicated administrative assistant with 3 years of experience providing administrative support to senior executives, accompanied by a proven track record of maintaining efficient operations. If that doesn't match that job description, I don't know what does. You could tweak the wording a little bit to have the wording match exactly to what they put, but I think this one is just great. See, they were looking, if you recall, 1 to 2 years experience. This one has 3. So if you have that, put it on there for sure. All right. So, and then administrative support, let's look back. All right. So clerical assistance, see, these are some of the terms that if you want to tweak it a little bit, you can put that in your executive summary. Okay. Education, let's talk a little bit about education. They were asking for an associate's degree or technical school or whatever. You put your education right there. This one has a Bachelor of Science. Now let's talk about the dates. You don't have to put the dates on your education. If you're not really willing to have someone know how old you are, which is, that's fine. Don't put your dates on there. You don't have to. You don't have to put the dates that you graduated. You could just put, I got my bachelor's, there you go. And you don't even have to put your GPA unless otherwise specified by the job description, but you don't see that a whole lot. All right, experience. This is where you can really drive home those key words in your resume. All right, so this is providing ongoing administrative support to senior executives, driving organizational success through the management of daily operations, yes, and special projects. Good, see how it's matching up? Look at this, manage executive calendars. Well, I missed the M there, that's okay, but you know what I'm talking about. Coordinating meetings, let's look back. Boom. Prepare presentations, special reports, whatever. All right, and then you are signing for packages, make meetings and travel arrangements, all of that stuff required to make meetings, arrangements. See, that is there, that is good. All right, this is when they're talking about communication. Again, that said that in the job description, definitely. Looky here, travel arrangements. Didn't we just read that? Yes, we did. And guess what? It's right there. So I'm telling you, you have to have these words in here to get past those applicant tracking system. And this is how you do it, by going back and forth. Do I have the right wording in my resume? And as you can see, this person does. All right, there's also some side notes here. Definitely when you are talking about your experience, you are wanting to put really strong action verbs, spearheaded. All right, anything like that. You can see that there's some really good ones here. So when you're describing your experience, huge strong action verbs. You can Google action verbs and you'll come up with all kinds of them. All right, there's another thing that I want to talk about. Anytime that you can quantify your experience, do it. All right. So, this person serves as the primary point of contact for an average of 30 incoming calls a day. That is good. Employers like to see quantifiable data. So that's an example. So maybe you were in charge of a sales project. So you spearheaded a sales project, that increased sales by 85%. I don't know, I just made that up, obviously, but see if you can put percentages and things like that in there. It's huge. It's really, really great. You need to do that whenever possible. Some other things about your resume. This is their current job, obviously. So those verbs need to be in the present tense because you're doing them. You're doing them right now in your present job. All of these other ones, and obviously these would be dates here, but this is a sample. You need to put the verbs in the past tense, as you can see here: greeted, guaranteed, streamlined. Those need to be in the past tense because that is a past job. So remember that. Look at that. Ooh, another quantifiable. Yes, 90%. These are good. Whenever you can do this, do these. All right, now let's go down. Go down to skills. You know that they were looking for some skills, administrative system skills. So if you have a measurable, how many words per minute you have going on, put it in your skills section. What office programs or softwares that you are proficient in, or even proficient, heck, maybe you're an expert. You're an expert in Microsoft Word, Excel, Outlook, and PowerPoint. That's huge, right? To be an administrative system, you need to know these things. And then go ahead, bilingual, all of that is good stuff. Put it in your skills section. If they're looking for, this one is actually not, but you will see on administrative assistant types of jobs, they do list, you need, so many years of Microsoft Word experience or PowerPoint or things like that. Put there, put exactly what it says right there on your resume. All right. So that's it. That's how you beat an applicant tracking system. So let me stop share and come back. All right, I know that was a lot. That was really a lot of information. But you know what? This is what we do. So if you need advice, if you need help with your career search or career development, please give us a shout. Our email is on our page. You can email us. You can send us a Facebook message. And you can call or text. And all of that information is in our About section on this Facebook page. And we will connect you to a career counselor who will help you do these things, because we know how frustrating it is, especially if you're like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to work, I'm not getting calls, I'm not getting any responses. This might be a reason why, right? Because we just need to design your resume a little differently. Does it take time? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it does. But it's worth it, because in the end, you'll have an amazing job. So thank you everyone for coming today. I hope everyone has a great day, and I will see you again at 2 on our YouTube channel. So, and that is about workplace etiquette and what is your brand. So please join us then. Other than that, have a great day. Thank you.